Hi guys, welcome to your optimal health journey. Congratulations on really being proactive with your health. So a couple things I want to go over with you before you start your program is that box that you got should have a couple things in there. It's going to have 22 boxes of fuelings, and each one of those boxes will contain 7 fuelings per box. Okay, that's going to give you about 30 days worth of food. So one of the first things is, let's break that box up into 31 gallon Ziploc bags. That way you can divide them up however you want, and you won't have stuff that you may not care for at the end of the month and that's all you have left. So break those up. Another advantage is to keep one at your work if you work, one in your car, and one on you. That way you always have your fueling, so you'll never have to go stop somewhere else to get something. Then we have this Optavia guide, okay? And we also got this beautiful little shaker. This is for making your shakes and stuff. That's a good thing. You also got your Dr. A's Habits of Health book. And this is going to be like your health Bible. This is going to have all the information, and we're going to try to do daily readings. You don't have to read this whole book before you start, but we're going to break it down really easy by going over a habit of health one a week with the workbook, or with the book, and then also the workbook that came with it. Okay, so those will have those to go through. All right, then you also got the Optavia guide. Okay, these are what the stuff that came into in that box. So this is your program. Another part of your program, oh, and then also the day before you start, please take pictures of your face, your front head to toe, and then your side, and then if you want your back, you can do that too. But these are going to be to remind you of how far you've come as you go on your whole optimal health journey. You're going to forget how you looked or how you were feeling, so that's really a good advantage. Plus, people won't remember that you used to have this much weight on you and now you look like this. So those are good reminders. Those are also great reminders if later on down most people who are clients do end up becoming coaches, and so those are great to have for your before pictures. Okay, then most of you guys are probably going to be on the 5-in-1. That's on page 15, and so let's go to that. Well, you can read it. That's going to definitely tell you. The main things that we're going to be going over are your lean and green in here. Oh, one other thing, please also take your measurements. You can measure whatever you want. You can measure your neck, you can measure your waist, your chest, you can measure your arms, your forearms, whatever you want. Whatever you want to measure that all also, because you are definitely going to be shrinking in inches, and you're definitely going to want to have that reminder of where you were at, especially on those weeks that you may not lose a pound. It may not show on the scale, but it's going to show everywhere else on your body, your inches. You're going to be like melting, and your clothes are going to be huge on you, and so those are, definitely things to remind you of where you started. Okay, so the lean and green, let's go over that really quick. That is page 16. So I want you to have read this before we get on the phone, and also have watched this video to give you a good brief on things that are happening. The healthy fats and the lean and green are all on these couple pages. On this side is your protein, your leans. So there are different boxes that have different categories of food in them, different like fish, different kinds of fish. There's fish on all of them, but there's different kinds with different weights. These are after cooked weights. So this is not frozen, this is not raw, these are after cooked weights. Okay, after cooked. You're going to get more, believe me, they're after cooked, and you don't want to cheat yourself on your lean and green. If you choose from the leanest, you're going to also put in these 2 healthy fats, and these are located down here. Here's a nice little list of some different healthy fats also in your welcome email. There's a condiment list. There are additional healthy fats on there, so definitely check those out. Salad dressings can be on here too, so you can check these out. You can either use your salad dressing as your condiment or as your healthy fat. Okay, so again, there's 7 ounces, 2 healthy fats, 6 ounces, 1 healthy fat, 5 ounces, 0 healthy fats. These ones at the bottom, they don't need you to add a healthy fat. the green, which is your veggies. You're going to need 3 of these. Excuse my fingernail. You have your lower carbohydrate, moderate carbohydrate. Sorry, for some reason I can't say that word today. Higher carbohydrate. And so you're going to choose 3 of these from the list. Most of them are a half a cup. The ones that are 1 cup up here on the top are mainly your lettuces. Okay. Then in here is some vegetables that you are not supposed to have while you're on 5-in-1, and those include the highest carbohydrates such as carrots, corns, peas, potatoes, onions, edamame, Brussels sprouts. Those are all, we're going to not have those right now in the 5-in-1. We can add those back in later. Okay. And again, the healthy fats are down here. And then your optional snacks. These are optional. You do not have to have one, but if you are struggling between meals, you can have 1 a day. So there's different lists of here. Also on that welcome email in that condiment guide, there are also additional optional snacks on there and additional condiments on there besides what's listed here. You're allowed 3 condiments a day. Doesn't sound like that's a lot, but you're probably only going to use it for the lean and green. So your seasonings are considered a condiment. You can check the measurements. If you're only adding a sprinkle of this and a sprinkle of that, you probably could get away with a couple more seasonings because it might be a half a teaspoon is what it's looking at. And if you're not adding a half a teaspoon of that one condiment, then you can, probably plug it in. Okay, let me see what else. I want to stay on track. Additional support is on page 25. There's a texting campaign. It talks about, let me see, let me get to 25 real quick. So it's talking about staying connected to your health coach, which is me. Let's really stay connected, especially for the first 4 days. We're going to be doing voice to voice so that we can, I can make sure that you understand how your program is working, make sure that I answer any questions for you. So really important those first 4 days. And then we're going to check in once a week after that. And these are going to be they're not going to be, half-hour calls, 10-minute calls. They're going to be like 2-minute check-ins. If you need additional support, then definitely let me know and we can have a more lengthy conversation. But I want to value your time, and it's 2 minutes. Okay, so when I call you, you don't have to worry it's going to be a half-hour call. Then the day that Habits of Health system was the books I was talking about. Please look at the header for Discovering Health, and that will have the micro habit that we are working on for that week, and it should correspond with the Habits of Health call that's on Wednesday night, which are the weekly support calls. There's a texting campaign which is going to send you daily micro habits for 30 days, which is pretty cool. And it's also send you reminders of these calls that are coming up, and with the link, so you can tap it right through your text, and it will take you to the webinar. Okay, then let's see. And then on your welcome email, please save your welcome email. If you cannot find it, please let me know. I'll send you another one. Those are going to have all of your PDFs on there that you're going to need for your program. There's, if you look on there, there's a way to opt in for the virtual video series. Please opt into that. So again, I'm saying voice to voice for the first 4 days, check-ins weekly, 2-minute call. Oh, journal. So this is, I'm on week 4 right here, but let me see if I can find week 1. Week 1. So in your book, you're gonna, for each week, it's gonna give you a micro habit to work on. The drink 1 extra water a day is week 1. So it's gonna give you these little tips and stuff right here. This is cool because this actually folds out, okay? So you can keep track of your water, you can write down your fuelings here, and then use this space right here to write how you're feeling, because you're gonna forget how you feel, okay? And you're gonna have that for all the way through through week 5. So please take advantage of all this stuff that's in here. And then, and then the weekly Habits of Health calls. Those are on Wednesdays at 5:30 Pacific Standard Time, so I guess that's 8:30 Eastern Time. If you can get on those live, that's really awesome, because you can interact with those. And if you get on the doctors and nurses support calls, I believe that's a call-in number, and you can You can get your question into queue and ask a doctor or a nurse. Isn't that fantastic? You don't have to go to your doctor's office. You can ask these doctors. These doctors are professionals in this program, so they know how this program works. So they also are recorded. If you want to go back and listen to them, they're on iTunes for the doctors and nurses calls. I think they're under client support. The Habits of Health call is also in podcasts, so on your iTunes or your Stitcher. I think Stitcher is what Androids have. And then also, if you search Habits of Health Zoom on YouTube, you can also watch previous ones. They usually take about 24 to 48 hours to post, and if they don't post, there might have been a glitch. So really want to take advantage of them. And they're going to be different every week because we're going to have different coaches talking about the program and bringing in different perspective. And so that's what's really good. And then just you guys, the day before you start, can you please post in Discovering Health, hey, starting tomorrow, asking for any tips, somebody, and tag me in these posts so that I know that they're posted. And then on day one, hey, starting day one, any tips? And tag me, let me know how you're doing. When you have your scale victories, you can post in there. That's a private group that's not gonna go out onto your regular Facebook. It's only gonna stay in there and to people that are in the group. They can't share it because it's in the group and it's a client group. So feel comfortable and confident with doing that. And I think that's about it. So we'll be touching base for a quick 5 or 10 minute call. Please have read the Optavia guide. Please have watched this video. Text me that you have so I know that you have. The day before you start, please eat within the first hour. Did I go over that already? Eat within the first hour of waking, okay, you guys? And then you're gonna weigh yourself first thing in the morning before you do anything. And then set your food alarms on your phone. You can set little alarms to remind you to eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. With that meal, have a 16-ounce glass of water. That is going to get you 96 ounces by the end of the day. Isn't that amazing? You'll be cleansing your system. And you may get a headache for after the first 2 days. And a lot of times that's because you are peeing a lot, and that's taking out some electrolytes. So Powerade Zero works really good for replacing those electrolytes. It has 0 calories. Please only use Powerade Zero. Also, a pickle, the salt in the sodium content that's in the pickle or the pickle juice, runners use that. Like, have you ever heard of them doing pickle juice shots? That's because it's replenishing the electrolytes. When I get a super craving and I can use a pickle as my additional or as my optional snack. So pickle juice, just quick, and then Advil. You know, if you can't bear with a headache, I can't. I got to take Advil. Take Advil. Or Tylenol, whatever you take. And yeah, I think that's about it. So when I call you tonight and we go over your guide, please have questions ready for me if you have any. If you don't, and this all makes sense to you, that's great too. If you don't have questions right now and you have questions later on in the week, that's fine too. That's why we are connecting voice to voice. So please reach out, let me know, and I will guide you towards your answers. And I just want to let you guys know, my job as your health coach is not to give you all your answers. My job is to guide you to your answers, because you want to be optimally healthy for life, right? You don't want somebody else to do all your work, because then when you don't know where something is, then you're not self-sufficient, right? So we want to teach you to be self-sufficient. So welcome to your optimal health journey, and congratulations for taking your health so very seriously. All right, guys, so let me know when you got this, and let's hop on the phone and discuss any questions you have. Have a great day. Bye.